Let me tell you something that might sting you a bit. If you're scrolling every day and you can't stop, it's not because you're lazy. It's because your life isn't pulling you forward enough. Think about it. If your life was actually exciting, meaningful, and full, would you really be lying in bed scrolling for hours? Exactly. Scrolling isn't a problem. It's what happens when you don't know what to do with your potential. Here's why scrolling actually happens and how to break out of it for good. When you're scrolling, you're not choosing how your time is spent. You're not choosing what you focus on. Your phone is doing that for you. It's controlling your attention, your awareness, and slowly your life. And the scary part is how normal this has become. You open your phone for one reason, and suddenly you're somewhere else, watching things you didn't even plan to watch. Minutes turn into hours, and by the time you put down the phone, you feel drained, not rested, not fulfilled, just empty. Most people try to fix this problem from the outside. They set screen time limits, they delete apps, they put their phone on airplane mode or leave it in another room. And look, those things can help. They're not useless, but they don't solve the root of the problem. Because scrolling is not the disease, scrolling is the symptom. The real reason we scroll is because at some level life feels boring, unclear, or unfulfilling in that moment. As humans, we are built for growth. We crave progress. We want to feel like we're moving somewhere else, like our actions mean something. And when that feeling is missing, when your days feel repetitive, directionless, or empty, your brain looks for the fastest escape, the easiest distraction. And today, that distraction is your phone. Think about it. When do you scroll the most? It's usually not when you're deeply engaged in something meaningful. It's when you know you have something to do, but you don't know where to start, or when the task feels overwhelming, or when you're avoiding discomfort. So instead of taking action, you escape. You scroll because it's easy, because it gives you stimulation without effort, because it fills the silence without asking anything from you. But the cost is massive, because while you're scrolling, you're in the stage of stagnation. Nothing is moving forward. You're not growing, you're not building, you're not progressing, yet time is still passing. The world is still moving. Opportunities are still happening. People are still working toward their goals. And you and your dreams, they're still waiting. The world doesn't pause when you're procrastinating. Your goals don't wait until you feel motivated. If you stay stuck long enough, those opportunities don't disappear. They just go to someone else. Someone who was willing to show up when you didn't. That hit me hard. There is so much more to life than being constantly online. Yes, you have work to do. Yes, you have to study. Yes, there are things you need the internet for. That's not the issue. The issue is that for most people, the majority of their life is happening on a screen instead of being lived. And that's the problem, because life is meant to be experienced, not consumed. One of the simplest, most underrated ways to break the scrolling cycle is this: change your environment. Your thoughts are shaped by the space you're in. When you spend all day inside, especially in a small room, your thinking becomes small. You overthink, you feel stuck. But when you go outside, when you're in open spaces, in nature, in the real world, something shifts. Your mind opens up, your thoughts become clearer, you feel more present, and after a while, you forget about your phone completely. Not because you forced yourself, but because you're actually enjoying where you are. Scrolling thrives in boredom and isolation. It struggles when your life feels full. Another huge shift comes from living with purpose. When your day is empty, your phone fills it. When your day is meaningful, your phone becomes irrelevant. Fill your time with things that matter to you. For me, that's writing, reading, learning new things, making videos, improving my skills, training in my body, working towards something that actually excites me. Your version will look different, and that's fine. What matters is that your time is being used intentionally, because when your day is full, your mind is busy. You don't have extra mental space to waste, and you don't have the energy to scroll mindlessly. And more importantly, you don't want to. Not because scrolling is bad, but because you found something better. There is where habits really change. Most people try to quit bad habits through force. But lasting change comes from identity. When you start seeing yourself as someone who uses their time well, someone who builds, someone who grows, your actions naturally align with that identity. You don't fight scrolling anymore, you replace it. You start spending your time in ways that actually move your life forward. And suddenly, the habits that once controlled you lose their grip. So, make your life fuller. Make it more interesting, make it meaningful. Spend time outside, learn new skills, talk to new people, create, build, explore. Build days that are so engaging that scrolling doesn't even cross your mind, because the real problem isn't your phone, it's unused energy, unexpressed creativity, untapped potential. And when that potential has nowhere to go, it leaks into distractions. So give it direction, make life fun, make it purposeful, and you won't need to escape no more. Don't procrastinate it. Start now, be proud later. I hope I at least touched you, made you realize your mistakes. If you like these videos, comment down below, leave a like and subscribe to help make this project helpful to anyone. I hope I see you succeed. Keep pushing. You've got this.